I'm Archana Sachar from MIT University, Uttar Pradesh. My guide is Dr. Harjeet Singh, Associate Professor, MIT University, Uttar Pradesh. My paper ID is FIN10 under track 3A. The title of my paper is Study of Impact of Capital Structure on Return on Equity in Pharmaceutical Firms listed on National Stock Exchange. Humanity is suffering from coronavirus disease called COVID-19, which is a global pandemic as declared by WHO in the year 2020. This has impacted the world economics and pharma sector is also a part of it. But this pandemic has become a boom for pharma sector as this industry has seen expansion both in terms of manufacturing of drugs and also quality of formulation. India is also known as Pharmacy of the World and is the world's third largest drug producer by volume. In terms of global market, it is expected to reach $130 billion by the year 2030. The present study is an attempt to analyze the correlation between capital structure represented by total debt equity and return on equity of pharmaceutical companies listed on National Stock Exchange. The companies having market capitalization of more than 45,000 crore rupees were selected for the purpose of study. The data under study is secondary and has been taken from Capital IQ. The study findings of the study are consistent with approach, which says that there is no relevance of capital structure expressed by total debt upon equity and return on equity of pharmaceutical firms. The companies selected are Sun Pharmaceuticals, Davis Lab, Dr. Reddy's Lab, Cipla, Aurobindo Firm. The period of study is from financial year 2015-16 to the year 2019-20. The hypotheses are, the null hypothesis is that there is no correlation between debt equity ratio and return on equity, whereas alternate hypothesis is that there is a correlation between debt equity ratio and return on equity. Here debt equity ratio is an independent variable and return on equity is a dependent variable. Debt equity ratio is represented as long-term debt upon total equity, whereas return on earnings is represented as earnings from continued operation upon total equity. The first firm under pharma sector selected is Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Founded in the year 1983, its headquarters are in Mumbai, India. This company develops, manufactures and markets branded and generic formulation in India as well as abroad. When we look at the study here, the independent variable total debt upon equity is ranging from 16.93 to 24.61 and return on equity dependent variable is ranging from 6.15 to 20.25 and the data as shown in the slide is not showing any correlation between the two. The second company under study is Davis Laboratories Limited. Formed in the year 1990, its headquarters are in Hyderabad, India. It manufactures and sells generic active pharmaceutical ingredients to USA, Asia and Europe and various other countries. Again, when we look at the table of analysis, we see total debt equity in percentage ranging from 0.53 to 1.52, whereas return on equity is from 15.55% to 28.91%, but the data is showing no relation between the two. The third company under our study is Dr. Reddy's Lab, which is found in the year 1984. Its headquarters are in Hyderabad, India, and it deals with pharmaceutical services, proprietary products, and global generics. Looking at the data again, we see that total debt equity in terms of percentage is again ranging from 14.26% to 40.10%. But with debt equity at 40.10%, the highest in the year 2018, the return on equity is only 7.83%. And where debt equity is approximately 26.11, return on equity is 16.70%. The next company is Cipla Limited. Cipla Limited was formed in the year 1935 and its headquarters is in Mumbai, India. This manufactures and sells pharmaceutical products in India as well as abroad. It also has a collaboration with CSIR, is the Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, for the development of medication for the treatment of COVID-19. Here, the total debt equity is ranging from 19.34% to 43.91%, and return on equity is from 8.33% to 12.11%, again indicating no relation between the two variables under study. Aurobindo firm is the next company in our analysis. This company was founded in the year 1986 and its headquarters are again in Hyderabad, India. It is engaging itself in research, development and manufacture and sale of various pharmaceutical products in India and also exports its products to many countries ranging to more than 155. The company is in agreement with COVAX to develop and commercialize COVID-19 vaccine UB612 for India and UNICEF. Again here the data for total debt to equity is ranging from 35.32 to 69.15. If we look at the data from 35.32 to 32 to 69.15, we do not see the corresponding return on equity in all the years under study. When we look at the average performance of total debt equity ratio and average performance of return on equity and analyze, we see that Sun Pharma company has a debt equity on an average of 22.46 and giving a return of 11.99%, approximately 50%. Whereas Dr. Reddy's average debt equity is 29.5 and giving a return of 12.28%, which is not 50%. Davis Lab, on the other hand, with a debt equity of only approximately 1%, is showing 21.35% as return on equity. Cipla, on the other hand, with total debt equity of 17.64, is showing return on equity which is much less than the total debt to equity. Aurobindo firm, on the other hand, with debt equity of 46.27, is giving a return of 24%. Hardly we see any correlation between all the component part of our study. We had carried out a regression analysis and the results which were established were that for the average of all the 5 pharmaceutical firms, total debt equity ratio is insignificantly associated with return on equity. The R-square value is approximately 0.02%, meaning thereby debt equity ratio is contributed to determine return on equity only by 0.02%. That means the remaining 98% of the variance with ROE is influenced by other factors. Hence, there is no association between changes in debt equity ratio and return on equity. To conclude, we can say that for our study, the null hypothesis is accepted and there is no correlation between return on equity and total capital structure represented by total debt to total equity. Thank you and have a nice day.